Hebrews 11:24-29. How Moses defeated Egypt. By faith, when he became of age, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the passing pleasures of sin, esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he looked to the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. By faith he kept the Passover and the sprinkling of blood, lest he who destroyed the firstborn should touch them. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by a dry land, whereas the Egyptians attempted to do so were drowned. You see that Moses overcame Egypt by faith. He refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter when he came of age. So maturity in the Lord is very critical. The more you grow in the Lord, the more certain things don't impress you. The more you grow in the Lord. Number 2, he chose to suffer affliction with the people of God rather than to enjoy the fleeting, passing pleasures of Egypt, of sin. If you don't make up your mind and you don't accommodate suffering in your mind as a result of your choices, you will always compromise. Because if you refuse to bow to Nebuchadnezzar's image, you will be thrown into the fiery furnace. And yet, when you come of age, you will know that it is better to stand for your convictions than to compromise and dethrone your convictions for passing pleasures. So you tell the truth, even when the truth will bring you unpleasant things. You stand by your convictions, even when the immediate result is not nice. Stand by it. If they say that if you don't allow them to have their way, they are going to fail you, let them fail you. You see, anytime you want to live for Christ, you will suffer persecution. First, 2 Timothy 3:12. It says here, all those who live godly in Christ Jesus will suffer persecution. Let that be part of your thinking. So he chose to suffer because Moses, the reason why Moses never desired to go back to Egypt. But the people of Israel in the wilderness, Bible says they lasted after the things they ate in Egypt, the melons, the garlics, and the onions, and the leeks. But Moses, who was a prince in Egypt, never looked back to Egypt with what was the word? Nostalgia. He never looked back to Egypt and said, "Oh, I wish I was in Egypt." He was a prince there. But the people who were slaves, they wanted to go back. The difference is in what Moses saw. So he chose to suffer rather to enjoy Egypt. There are many believers, their convictions are dethroned when they come face to face with pain. It's a pain and pleasure. Pain and pleasure motivation is for children. It's children who only consider a pleasure and not pain. If you are an adult, there are certain pain that are necessary even for growth. And there are things that you go through not because they are pleasurable, but because they are needful. Because if you are taking medicine that is bitter, as a child will not take medicine that is bitter, even though it's going to cure him or her. As an adult, you will take it. That's the kingdom lifestyle. So don't think that when we say do what is right, you will not face persecution. You will face persecution. You will go through hardship. But stand by your ground. God will come through. When God comes through, God will reward you. Say, Moses looked to the reward. He refused to compromise. He said, "You are my Pharaoh's daughter's son." He said, No, he was of age. I know who I am. I know where I come from. I know my calling. I know what he has called me to do. He said, "I refuse to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter." That must have hurt the woman. and yet he was mature. There are times when you come face to face with certain choices, and it will be your convictions against convenience, your convictions against comfort, your convictions against pleasure. Choose your conviction. Stay by your convictions. God will come through for you. And when God comes through for you, you will see that people who dethrone their convictions for pleasure, you will see that you are far ahead of them.